ध्यानम्।
Om Namo Venkatesaya. Let's move on to the next Dhyana Sloka. Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresam Vishwadaram Gaganasadrisam Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalanayanam Yogiridhyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikanatham. So, Vande, again I am prostrating or worshipping or before Vishnu, that means Mahavishnu. So all other things are all adjectives for Mahavishnu. That means I am prostrating before Mahavishnu. Okay. Now what are the various adjectives? Shantakaram, Shanta Akaram. That means one his body. Akaram is the Sariram is made up of is only the peace. Peace is his body. That's what it is. Shantakaram. Bhujaga Sayanam. Bhujaga means Bhujaihi Gachati iti Bhujaga. That means one who goes through the shoulders. That is called as snake. The serpent is called as Bhujaga. So Bhagavan is lying on that Adisesha, the great serpent, Naga, the great Naga, and therefore he is called as Bhujaga Sayanam. He is resting on the Adisesha. Padmanabham. So from his nabi, from his navel came this lotus flower, and of course from the lotus flower came the Brahma, the creator. And therefore Bhagavan, who has got from the from whose navel the lotus flower came, he is called as Padmanabham. Suresam, Suranam Misham, Zisaha, Suresha. That means one who is the Lord of all these Devatas. Suraha means Devatas, all the Lord of all the Devatas. So that he is the Lord of Devatas, Suresham. Vishwadharam. So Vishwasya Adharaha, Vishwadharaha. That means one who is the supporter of this entire creation, this universe, and therefore he is called as Vishwadharaha. Gagana Sadrisam. That means one is of the form of the sky. Gagana Sadrisam means he is so expansive. That means he is present in everywhere, and therefore space is, there is one. Gagana means not only Akasha, it means space. The space is present in all places. Similarly, Bhagavan is also present in all places. Therefore, he is called as Gagana Sadrisam. Other meaning is, that's why, when you see the Bhagavan's, this, the body, it's always projected in a little bluish in color. Because the indication of anything infinite is bluish in color. Look at the sky. Sky is infinite and therefore it is also bluish in color. Similarly, look at the oceans. The ocean is also bluish in color. But when you take the water from the ocean, you just see water is colorless. But then anything infinite will look bluish in color, and that's why Bhagavan's, even all these paintings, and also you will find that Bhagavan's body is painted bluish in color. So Gagana Sadrisam. So his equivalent of is like the this sky. Gagana Sadrisam. Meghavarnam. His color is also of blue and this blackish in color. Megha means the Nila Megha Shyamala. That's what he's been called as. No? So this is blackish in the cloud is like the color of the cloud. So Bhagavan is always compared to the cloud because the cloud is dark in color because it has drunk the water. Whatever the cloud which has taken the water will be darkish in color. Similarly, Bhagavan is also full of compassion. He has drunk the water of this. The equivalent of water is Bhagavan's compassion. And therefore, he is always blackish in color. The rain also showers its to all the people in the place in which it is showering. Similarly, Bhagavan also showers his grace on all the people, and therefore he is compared to Meghavarnam. That means he is of the color of this this bluish blackish color in the form of a cloud. Meghavarnam. Shubhangam. Shubha means auspicious. Bhagavan has got auspicious limbs. All his limbs are auspicious. Whatever limbs, the eyes or the shoulders or the hands or the legs, everything, all the limbs of Bhagavan are auspicious, and therefore is called as Shubhangam. Lakshmi Kantam. One is the Lord of Mahalakshmi, one is very attractive to Mahalakshmi. So Mahalakshmi herself is beauty, and therefore she herself is getting attracted to Bhagavan. That means you can talk about the beauty of the Bhagavan. So one is getting attracted to Mahalakshmi, or one is the husband of Mahalakshmi, is called as Lakshmi Kantam. Kamalanayanam. So that means the eyes are reddish like lotus. So Bhagavan has got the lotus like eyes. Kamalanayanam. Other meaning of Kamalanayanam is also, Kamala also refers to Mahalakshmi, because she comes from the lotus flower, and therefore she is also called as Kamala. Kamalanayanam means, so whenever any person looks at another person, that person's picture or the figure will be in the eyes of the person. When somebody is talking in front. So Bhagavan is always looking at Mahalakshmi who are using as present, in this Shirapti when she is doing this Pada Seva. So Bhagavan is always looking at her, and therefore Mahalakshmi is always in his eyes, and therefore he is called as Kamala Nayana. Other way of looking at it is one, the eyes are the most important parts of our body. It's a very sensitive organ, so we keep we protect the eyes like anything. That's why you got an eyelid also. Similarly, Bhagavan is protecting Mahalakshmi like one would protect one's eyes, and therefore it's called as Kamala Nayanam. Yogi Hrit Dhyana Gamyam. So that means when the yogis in their heart, dhyana, when they are meditating upon their heart, he comes to them, he comes in their heart then they are meditating upon him. Therefore he is called as Yogi Hrit Dhyana Gamyam. Vishnu of course we know is all pervasive, is called as Vishnu. Bhava Bhaya Haram, that means one who is able to destroy the fear of the future. Always our problems, our fears are always on the future, because the past is, we only regret about the past because we can't do anything in the past. The current, of course, we can only act. We cannot have anything about think about the fear in the current situation, but only we talk about the future. In the future, we do not know whether the expectations will come true, and therefore whatever we think will happen or not. So those kind of fear always, we always have the fear about the future. So Vande Bhava Bhaya Haram. So one is able to destroy that fear of the future. Sarva Loka Ekanatham. That means he is the Lord of this entire, these 14 lokas. Bhurbhuva Suvaha Mahaha Janaha Tapaha Satyam Atala Vitala Sutala Talatala Rasatala Mahatala Patala. These are the 14 lokas. So he is the one Eka. That means he is the one single Lord of this, like what Yudhishthira, Kimekam Deivatam Loke. Kim Ekam Deivatam. So he is the one supreme Lord. So he is the one supreme Lord of this entire, one supreme Ekanatham, supreme Lord of this entire universe. And to that Mahavishnu, my prostrations, my pranams. That's what this particular sloka is. So let's summarize it. So my prostrations to Bhagavan Vishnu, who is of the form of, the peace itself is his form, and then who is resting on the Adisesha, the serpent, and who is, from whose navel rises this Padma, this lotus flower, and who is the Lord of all these Devatas, and then who is the supporter of this entire creation, this universe, and then who is so expansive like the sky, and whose color is bluish black like the clouds, which is showering the rain on all of us. Similarly, Bhagavan is showering all his grace on all of us. Shubhangam, all his limbs are auspicious, extremely auspicious, and therefore he is called as Shubhangam. Similarly, he is the Lord of Mahalakshmi, and he is the husband of Mahalakshmi, and then his eyes are lotus like reddish in color, as well as his eyes contain Mahalakshmi's picture, as she is always in his presence doing this Kainkariya. And then one who comes to the heart of the yogis when they meditate upon him in their mind, and then he is also the destroyer of all these the fears about the future, and he is one supreme single Lord of this entire universe. To that Mahavishnu, my prostrations. This is what this Dhyana Sloka is. Om Namo Venkateshaya.